What up, good people of YouTube? It's been quite a while since my last video. A lot longer than I wanted to. As you can see from the intro of the video and from the current location, there have been some big changes. First of all, owner of the shop that I was using previously sold the house and I needed to leave. So I needed to take a sprint with assembling the car to get it in mostly in one piece. To get it mostly in one piece and to be able to drive it here to my own yard. After that, there's been a project at the work and I've been working my ass off on that. For the last month, the car's been mostly sitting here. I still have some work to do until the car is ready for registration and to be able to drive. Let's take a look at where we are at the moment. On the outside, the car is pretty much finished. On the inside, not too bad. I still need to do the speaker installation and sort out a few minor electrical gremlins before I can fully assemble the interior. When driving the car home from the shop, I discovered a problem with the gear shifter. There was this constant chattering sound whenever the car was moving. That was coming from the front end of the drive shaft, and it was pretty clear that the shifter linkage was fouling with the drive shaft flange, and whenever you shifted to 2, 4 and 6, you could actually feel the shifter itself hitting the drive shaft flange. I have a 6-speed gearbox in the car, and it's a lot longer than the usual 5-speed gearboxes. Here's the shifter support. It attaches to the rear end of the gearbox. And at the back there's a bracket with a bushing that holds the rear end to the car body. This has already been heavily modified to accommodate the long gearbox in an E30. Now I also had a welder modify the rear end. Originally this shaft points straight back, but I cut it off and had a welder re-welded in a quite a lot sharper angle. And what this modification does is when the rear fixing point remains the same, this pushes the shifter up and hopefully creates clearance between the shifter bottom end and the drive shaft flange, which sits around here. I hope it will fit because the top part of this was already pretty close to the top of the drive shaft tunnel. I jacked the tunnel up to push it up a little bit to give me clearance in this area. Hopefully it will fit, but we are about to see. This is like the worst case scenario when switching to 6th gear. I actually have the shifter propped as far as it goes. There's still 10 millimeters of space between the drive shaft bolt and the shifter bottom eye. I declare a success. Apart from these few small issues, when driving the car here from the shop, it felt amazing. It was driving really well and felt like a finished product. I still will do fine-tuning for the engine and such, engine and suspension, but already now it felt really good, and the engine was working very well, even when just feathering the throttle. So I really look forward to having the car registered and being able to drive it daily.